Welcome to the show your parents, the PTA and the asleep don't want you to hear. The heliosblog. Today, on the Whatever podcast, well, they discuss alpha widows. Here we go.
The reason she's alone is because she's difficult.
Women are not accepting the bare minimum.
Women fuck men they respect.
All the women who say things like, I'm strong, independent, I don't need no man, like, y'all impress me.
Women just gaslight each other and say what they want to hear.
Same though, like when they date a like super hot chick or like someone they truly love, like, you know.
No, because here's the thing, right? So while some men maybe rarely get lucky, again, if you're an average guy, if you step to a really hot girl and you make yourself sexually available to her, if you
99% of the time you get rejected.
Step outside of your league and you step to a girl who's 1, 2, 3, 4 points more attractive than you, and you're like, hi, I really like you, I would like to have sex with you. As men, we get rejected on the front end. We get rejected immediately. However, as a woman, if you step to a guy who's more attractive than you, whether you know it or not, and you make yourself sexually available to him, you don't get an instant rejection. You get, I will gladly have sex with you. I will never, but you, whether he tells you this or not, you will never get commitment from him. You might.
Indeed. And that's really the problem of 2024, right? Girls who are 4s that think they're 6s who deserve a 9. So the joke term for them is the 49ers, right? And then they wonder, why can't I get a man? Why am I dying with cats and boxed wine? Well, those things are happening because you've overestimated your own value.
You might have sex with him once. You might have sex with him multiple times. He might even he might even string you along for weeks or months or longer. And he's using you for sex. Yeah. But just on the basis of your looks alone, he's disqualified you from a long-term relationship with him. But he enjoys the easy access to sex. And so, no, it's totally different. Because as a woman, if you're unattractive, if you're pleasant and you make yourself sexually available to a guy who's more attractive than you, he'll take you up on it, but you'll never get the ring, you'll never get the relationship.
Weren't you just saying though that you don't like when girls don't put out on the first, second, or third date though?
Sure. And there's a reason for that, right? For a man, the only women that will be in a serious relationship with are women who are in a reasonable range related to us. So let's say we're an 8 and she's a 6, or she's a 7, whatever. And she has good behavior. And for us, we're a hell yes for her. So she's down for anything with us. We are her best option. So with a girl like that, you're very likely to get laid really fast.
What? I'm not sure how what that has to do with anything.
Well, in the position, the kind of the caveat here, he's not saying whether or not he likes it if a woman puts out on the first, second, or third date, but rather that if a woman puts out on the first, second, or third date with other men and then says, you must wait, that's where
Yup.
he has the problem, right?
I see.
Okay, so I don't disagree with you at all. I actually do agree with your position, but it's like, for example, I've heard on TikTok from a lot of women that they say that
yes, everything that is said on TikTok, that's gospel. It's not at all a manipulative platform designed to brainwash you. Not at all.
Wants a man, who's average, let's say, and
no, they do. No, there are no girls like that on earth. No girl wants an average man. Some women will settle for an average man, but it doesn't mean that they want that man.
And he gets a girl who is, above him, and it doesn't. And during that relationship, his view of himself raises, so they often end up cheating.
That's not how that works at all.
And they kind of, because they think that, oh, I can get this girl who is way hotter than me, so that means I can get others.
Actually, that's how women work, not men, but okay.
So I've heard
Is this
that
like the,
view. So like
the
that's
Billie
what I'm
Eilish
asking.
quote, like you give an ugly man a chance and he thinks, I don't know what the fuck she. That
Yeah,
bullshit.
is that what you're
that
talking
fucking
about?
man
Like,
hater
don't fuck
shit
an ugly
said.
guy, because then like it goes.
Well,
But
that's
again-
that's not what I'm saying. But it's like how you pointed out. That's like once a woman like gets to a man who is like above.
She's conflating men and women. Men and women are not the same. So because they're not the same, you can't generalize a man's experience to a woman's experience.
Her, and then she kind of raises her she raises her standards, so it's like she doesn't give other men a chance. So I'm kind of like talking in that kind of similar scenario.
That's not exactly how women work. How women work is they sleep with a Chad, then they think that they're at Chad's level, they think they're a 10, then they don't understand why no Chad ever commits to them, and then they say men are trash. Not realizing that the reason Chad won't commit is because you've already been rejected.
Where a man gets with a hotter woman and then they think of themselves as way more important because they can get it.
So there's two things. One, he's probably bringing something else to the table, whether that, I mean, all the women here said, I think you were saying, well, if he can be really hot, but if he's not bringing stimulating conversation or intellectual, then whatever. So men can attract women in more ways than just their looks. They can make up for it either with status. You look at certain rappers or musicians, these men are not always particularly attractive, but there's no shortage of women who are ready
DJ Khaled!
Ready to date them or have sex with them. So there's status, there's money, and then there's personality. Some men have very endearing and charming or Riz or whatever you want to call it, personalities, and they can get women this way. However, though, the second component here is that while I'll grant that there are ugly men that can get with more attractive women, this is absolutely dwarfed by the amount of women who are sleeping with men outside of their league.
Indeed. And thinking that they're in their league because they're sleeping with them, and disdaining the men actually in their league, leading to their own misery and men's loneliness. And it's all, exacerbated by TikTok, Snapchat, other social media, Instagram, and other cancerous forms of social media which should be banned, in my opinion, for children, because they're worse than alcohol and other illicit substances which are banned for children in general.
Yes,
So sure, yes, there's ugly men who got a better looking woman.
And then
But it's not as common. It's not nearly as common as the reverse.
I'm not saying that it's common. I'm just like asking, like, how does that correlate? Like,
What do you
in
mean?
your opinion, like, because, that's fine because you did answer my question. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question for you in a way. Like, I think that's so subjective too, because sometimes there are guys that are
Sometimes that's generalizing exceptions to the general population. That's not how statistics work.
dating or seeing women that are substantially or just more attracted to them, and they're just
Sure, but again, going on one date doesn't mean you're dating.
grateful in a way, just grateful, just very loving and adoring of their partner, of like, yeah, you know what, she is out of my league. I'm not gonna cheat. I'm kind of self-aware. I'm a 5 and she's like a 10.
Yeah.
Why would I cheat? So I do think that there are definitely men that get women that are out of their league.
That's a real scientific finding.
that get out of their league, and they're just like, I love you, and I'm not messing this up.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that men should get with women. Men should get with women who treat them as a king, not women that treat them like garbage. The man is pedestalizing the girl and the girl's not pedestalizing the guy. It's gonna go bad long term, ultimately.
I'm not disagreeing with you in any way. It's just about like the point of where like the women, once they get like a man, like they kind of tend to go after him like for the they raise their standards after getting with them, which is what Brian mentioned. And I'm kind of like piggybacking on it, like on
men love mouthy women that never stop talking, by the way. Love them. Said no man ever.
Where
shut up.
You know how, again, I've seen on TikTok like women talk about it, how their man, you know, like did kind of a similar thing where they cheated on them because they thought that they could do better.
No, I agree, that's
after
real.
getting. So it's like that's just the only like.
Yeah.
These women are not realizing that those men that they chose are not actually average. You just think they're average because the only men you look at are men who are attractive. And the reason those men went for other girls is not because he then raised his self-esteem being with you. No, you had bad behaviors and he ditched because of some unattractive thing that you did.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I definitely understand that
so
side of
I'm
it
not
too.
like arguing.
Yeah, no, I was just.
I completely agree with the
Both,
points.
yeah.
Okay. Here, let's do. Can we go to Twitch really quick? You guys, go to twitch.tv/whatever. Drop us a follow and a Prime sub if you have one. Guys, if you have Amazon Prime, you can link it to your Twitch. It's a quick, free, easy way to support the show every single month. Any Primes in the chat? I think it's bugged, boys. I don't know. Prime subs might be bugged. Can somebody test it out? And then, yeah, if you guys can, drop us a follow, mods, if you can spam it in the YouTube chat. So, guys, we're trying to get to 100,000 followers on Twitch before the end of the year. So, and then we also have a Discord, discord.gg/whatever. If you guys can join it, we post all kinds of cool stuff. We got the behind the scenes. We've got the wall of haters, the hate mail, the wall of haters. Some interesting stuff posted on there. So be sure to check out the Discord. We got a couple. We got a super here. Q, you want to read this one?
Yeah. Question to Q. You said the last 2 girlfriends you had were virgins, non-party girls. You slept with them. I'm just curious why you didn't marry them. Love the whatever podcast. I didn't marry them because I didn't want to. Relationship conflict. Conflict is a part of every relationship, and you can choose to deal with it or you can choose to leave. And in time, when you learn in each other, conflict arises. As a guy, I walk away. I don't put up with certain things. So I left.
Right, so although the girl was a virgin, although she was good on paper, it's happened to me before as well. Although the girl might be perfect on paper, her behavior is too disrespectful, or there are lessons that she needs to learn that she hasn't learned that are relationship ruiners and that are, for them, non-negotiable. So usually it's, again, only consistent good behavior earns you a long-term relationship / marriage. And some virgins, non-party girls, they don't earn it because they don't have the whole cluster of behaviors. They only have one piece of the cluster.
Do you want to get married?
I'm not even sure at this point.
Okay.
See, but you took that away from her for the next.
Okay, that's right. But he earned that by being a superior man, right? Ultimately, some girls are willing to take that chance.
Took what away from
There we
her?
go.
Her virginity.
She gave it up.
Yeah, but like she was probably expecting for you to be the one.
No, she wasn't.
That's her fault.
Taking and consensually giving.
I didn't take anything.
Yeah, but I didn't
good
mean
point.
it like, yeah, I took
Wait,
this from
into
you.
the mic, into the mic.
I didn't mean like, yeah,
Can you
like
tell
I
your
took
mic
this
down?
from me. I mean like she was probably waiting for somebody, was she
Wait,
not?
so are women owed?
Right, she was. And ultimately, as a girl, you're going to have to take that risk on some guy at some point if you want to win. You have to go all in.
With marriage?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying that she probably was waiting for somebody special.
I'm always confused by this, though, if I can come to Q's defense a little bit. It's like, if a guy breaks up with a woman, he's like a terrible monster, and he should have stayed. Like, she was owed something. But, like, if men start feeling like they're owed or entitled to relationships or sex with women, this is almost always, like, very frowned
How dare you?
upon.
Yeah. I mean, because I said I left because there was conflict. So obviously she wasn't an angel. She takes accountability in that. And if I'm being honest, she actually is engaged currently, but I dated her back from 2013 to 2016. So now she's currently engaged. When she got engaged, you know, she texted me and told me, "Thank you for teaching me how to love. Thank you for being a good representation." Yeah, that's the message I received from her. When she said, "I'm engaged now."
Case specific.
Yeah.
For sure.
So just out of curiosity, like, did the age have something to do with it because they were virgins, or was it like just their?
No, they just happened to be virgins. Okay. They just happened to be virgins. I didn't.
Some girls choose not to sleep with random guys. Just because you choose to do it doesn't mean every girl does it.
Date them because they were virgins. They just
Well,
happened
yeah,
to be,
no, I'm not saying, but it's like, were they like on the younger side and just didn't have a lot of experience? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like you were like kind of their first like person whom they actually trusted enough.
Yeah. Well, my other ex, she was 22 and she was still a virgin.
I mean, that's pretty young,
Yeah,
I'd say.
Yeah. So
it's not that young, really.
All right.
We have some chats too. Let me get this pulled up. One sec, guys. Got some chat. Yo, Horse, thank you for the gifted 10 subs, man. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. We have, can I have you read this chat? Go ahead.
You want me to?
Yeah.
Okay. My body count is 500 plus. He isn't taking her seriously. I've had sex with a woman within 30 minutes of talking to her. They aren't looking for a relationship. Stop the cap.
I don't understand. Oh, lol, Paladin's body count is 500 plus.
You fuck hoes. You fuck hoes. Like your body count is 500 plus. You clearly chasing a certain type of woman, my guy.
Well, again, like, there's different kinds of girls, right? So there are girls that if you're hell yes for them, they will sleep with you really fast. There are girls that no matter what you are to them, they won't sleep really fast. Again, men with high charisma are able to sleep fairly quickly. My experience is within 2 dates. Spaced 2 days apart. And this has been with traditional women. I've slept with them within 2 dates. Girls that were virgins within 2 dates. Girls that were, let's say, not so virtuous within 2 dates. Girls that were from other cultures. Again, once you understand how to talk to girls, you can get your end count up pretty fast if you're putting in the work like a part-time job. But in order to have an end count of 500 plus, you have to, if we're thinking of rate, there's 52 weeks in a year, right? So if you sleep with a new girl, every week for 10 years, that's 500. Think about how often you have to be messaging on social media. Think about how often you have to be approaching girls to be able to sleep with a girl every week. It is a lot of work. It's like a part-time or even a full-time job to do it. It's not something that's done instantly. Again, any higher rate is crazy. 2 girls per week, you have to be insanely attractive as a guy and also hardworking to have an end count that high.
Law Paladins, your thoughts?
There is another way, and that way would be to be famous, right? To be like, you know, a Brad Pitt or, you know, some sort of, not even a local musician. You have to be bigger than a local musician. And then you get girls throwing themselves at you. So after a concert, let's say, you have 1,000 girls approach you. You get 1,000 girls' numbers, and then you just schedule them, right? 3 per week or something for a whole year. That would be 3 per week for 52 weeks is an end count of 150, right? Times 10 years, 15 years, 20 years if you're one of those. But again, as a man, you have so many things to do, right? You have your job or your rock career. You have practicing the guitar. You have exercise you have to do. You ultimately have to go to practice as well. You have to, at some point, you're going to go shopping for food, you're going to eat, you're going to sleep, you're going to bathe, you're going to, right? So think about how much time these girls take. It takes up a lot of time to get an end count that high. It is a big sacrifice ultimately for a guy to do that. Again, it's up to men, whatever choice they want to make, right? But to get these astronomically high end counts, like 500, 1,000, whatever, it takes a lot of effort over a long period of time. It does not happen instantly. There are almost no men that are able to sleep with one girl a day for a year or something crazy like that. That's like Genghis Khan level getting laid. Most men don't even come close to approaching that.
We have 3 more. Thank you, North Alberta Kid. Thank you for the Canadian 100.
For me to read it?
Yeah.
Brian, we all know if the other 90% of men could do it, they would. I'll tell you who's to blame. Whores, players. There are many more whores through
She can't read.
Objectively, the 90% come in here and bash women.
Well, I disagree with the word whores. I do feel like that's pretty, like,
Again, you think that it's that word is rude because you are one. But anyway, if a guy has an end count of 50 plus, he's a stud. If a girl has an end count of 50 plus, she's not a stud. Because it's easy for women to get laid. It's hard for women to get a marriage and have children. The equivalent to a stud is like a 40-year-old grandmother. Right? You know, a girl that got married young, had kids young, and then she raised her daughters to be good wives who then also got married and had children. You know, that would be the equivalent of a stud, right? A girl who is like a good woman, right?
On point, just in general.
North Alberta Kid, merci beaucoup for the Canadian 100, which is like what, $10 American, I think. Thank you.
Hilarious.
Captain Awesome, thank you.
Just like the car too, most women believe that they hold the same value as a woman with actual, what is that? Chastity and fair, what is that?
She doesn't know how to read.
Virtuous.
This is why girls need to stop watching TikTok and taking their clothes off and start reading. Because this girl literally cannot read.
Car 1. Why would a man...
God. Oh my lord. Is this comedy or tragedy, guys? She's more than 20 years old. How the hell can she not read?
And I did not read that fast enough. I'm sorry.
Would want a car 2 over 1.
I'll pull it back up.
Just like car 2, most women believe that they could hold the same value as a woman with the actual chastity and...
Oh my god.
And virtuous. Car 1. Why would a man want car 2 over car 1?
So again, girls think that they hold the same value as a virtuous woman without being a virtuous woman. Then they're surprised when guys choose virtuous women and not women like them.
Okay, so I actually...
Checkered shirt.
would like to answer that, just because there are some cars, you know, like especially the more vintage cars, for example, they've been, you know, around like for a while, and they would sit in the garage for, you know, a few years, but it's like
bargain bin.
They have not put the test of actually like that they're reliable, that they wouldn't break. And there are a few cars, like for example, there's a Jaguars, you know, like a few Jaguars, like where they're just not made to begin with reliable. So you would want a car with a few more miles on it, you know, just to make sure that it wouldn't just break apart, you know, like 100 to...
That's bullshit. That's bullshit, and you know it, and it's hilarious the amount of spinning that the hamster does to make it okay for 304s to sleep around.
200 miles in. However, which is why it's completely weird to compare cars to women, because
women aren't cars. Oh, very clever argument, very clever.
Cars are made by, you know, all these different people, all these different components that are playing
Women are also made by many different people.
part to it, and women, you know,
there are also different parts to women as well.
They're human beings.
He's clearly talking about women.
Well, yes, I know
Very
that. I
clearly.
know
Yeah.
that he's clearly talking about women, which is why, like, I don't think that that's a
good
fair
analogy.
comparison.
Yeah, you don't
at
think that's a good
all.
analogy?
It's very stupid, sorry.
Like in any way, just because again, cars are, you know, they're machines.
Yes, and women are emotional creatures that are, you know, can do no wrong and are always virtuous and always have value no matter what choices they choose to make.
And they're made, you know, they're very technical, and
they have a soul.
Women, again, it's a whole different aspect. Like, you can't compare like an inanimate made object with
organic made object,
you know, a human being.
I think it's an interesting comparison. I'm not going to say that I like it, but I think
they will all be 304s for the right man. You said you had 5,000 women in your DMs. The difference is I say yes, you turn them down. The women are the same. I give them what they want. Indeed. As I said, I called it, right? If you have 5,000 women in your DMs, how attractive a man do you have to be? Either highly genetically gifted or some kind of celebrity, right? Again, the average man has never seen 5,000 messages. Never. The average man can't even get 10 messages in a month. Imagine 5,000. So, there you go. Alright, everybody. We're going to end the video there. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit all for notifications. Buy my books like Hunter M, Adrian R, Tom M, Bobby, Dylan, Renaissance Press, Brian, Andrew, Alan, Armani, and Nicholas. Shout outs to you, most readers and purchaser of both my books, Strategist Guide to Seduction, and Quotes to Live By. My books can be found at bit.ly/heliosbooks. If you'd like coaching services so I can train you up to get better at getting girls, well, message me at theheliosblog@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening, guys, especially if you listen to the end. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.